T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Hello everyone, happy Sunday. Let me make sure I'm going on the right microphone. How's it going? Hello everyone, happy Sunday. I hope everyone is adjusted to, let me make sure the sound, all the audio is proper. Hold on a second, I feel like I've got an echo. No, I think that's just me. It's just different with having my wireless mic on. Honestly, I don't even need this. So, hey everyone, I hope you're having an amazing Sunday. I live in Arizona, and when I woke up this morning, honestly, I had no idea that the time had changed everywhere else. In Arizona, at least the majority of Arizona, we don't participate in daylight savings time. We basically are on Mountain Standard Time that just doesn't participate. So before today, we were the same time as Pacific, which basically it was like 3 hours behind the East Coast, 2 hours behind Central Time. And then this morning when I woke up, technically my time stayed the same, but everybody else has shifted. So now everybody on the West Coast, they're an hour behind me, or I'm an hour ahead of them. So it's just a little different, and I have to, where I don't have to change my clock, I just have to shift my perception for everybody else around me to just be aware of the time zone changes. So with that being said, I'm trying to get into the habit of practicing more just to really hone my skills on going live, communicating and connecting with others, but primarily to try and get better in the practice of communicating, showing off my work, and just showing some of the stuff I get. Typically, I'll go through my day. I take for granted the things that I will do. I should have brought mine. There we go. I have single view glasses, which helps me out a lot when I'm doing this live view. It's just single readers or single vision lenses for watching my computer screen. They're blue light filtered, all that other stuff. Compared to my progressives, it helps me out quite a bit. But anyways, that being said, I'm trying to get into practice more of going live. And one of the items that I typically will get, Amazon items, I'm sure you could relate. And there are the times when I'm getting ready to purchase something, I will go on YouTube and watch a lot of the reviews of that, and that will help me make the decision of what I'm going to buy. With somebody trying it out, making sure that it works properly, all that stuff. So what a great way to start learning how to tell stories. And I'm going to start with a process I went through, just trying to give myself a little bit more structure as I'm learning to work with this, right? So bear with me. This is kind of a work in progress as I get to the right part of my stream deck. Oh my gosh, I've got to go back. Boom, 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 boom. I get in my head of myself. There we go. going into Ecamm Live, right. So now I'm going to go into, here we go. This is going to be my talking head bullet shot, where I can bring in an area where I could start talking about what's going on. And I went through and I put different steps on just to make sure, honestly, I get it right. And this is a work in progress. But we're going to start with number 1, introduction and product overview. This is honestly one of the things that will get me. As I am practicing, as I do videos, I take for granted that you'll know who I am. So with that being said, my name is Matt Berry. Hi, how's it going? And welcome to watching me either live on YouTube or live on my Facebook channel. And I also come to you from a couple different locations as well. You've got Elevated Awesomeness. You can find me on YouTube at Elevated Awesomeness. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram as well. Then you can also find, for more of my tech channels, like this would go here for this light. That would be Matt Berry Tech, and you can find that at Matt Berry Tech. And then I talk about corgis enough, so I had to have an outlet for that. So you can also find a lot of my corgi content at Nothing But Corgis, and that is also on YouTube at Nothing But, with 2 T's, Corgis. So check it out. But there we go. You got to introduce yourself. So with that out of the way, step 1, introduce yourself and product overview. So what I'm going to talk about today is a newer, I got this right. I was watching a few of the product reviews, and I actually went to the Neewer official site, and a few staff members were pronouncing it. The other day I was pronouncing it Neewer. I was taking into account that extra E, but the company does say Neewer. So I'm talking about today a Neewer MS60C. Now, what is this? So historically, whenever I've gone live, as I've improved my lighting, I've used a key light. It's a daylight cob light. And this is a Godox SL60W. It's just a really inexpensive budget light. I think when I bought it 4 years ago, I had bought this with a little soft box on top of it. And what it does, it provides me a really good light, and it illuminates my face. It doesn't give me a lot of harsh light or whatever. Truth be told, I'm going to upgrade the soft box that's on that and give myself a little bit more illumination. But that key light only gives me a daylight color, which is 5600 Kelvin. I can't make it warmer, I can't change color, and I rely on other lights to kind of change the color in environments. But I would love to have a key light that provides a bicolor, which is 5600 Kelvin or 3200 Kelvin. I believe that's the lowest end that this does. Don't quote me on that. But this will do a broad spectrum of a warm and a bright light, plus adds RGB, red, green, and blue, to give you multiple colors. So this will not only do multiple colors, but a bicolor light. So let's go ahead and go on to step 2, which is unbox with purpose. So one key thing that you want to do, guys, is that whenever you're doing live, just to make sure, just go ahead and put your devices on Do Not Disturb. That way you're not going to get any pings or notifications on your phone, watch, or computer while you're doing these live calls. So we're going to unbox with purpose. And while I'm going live with you, but I'm also recording my different camera angles separately. So later on, I can repurpose this video and reuse it. So let's go ahead and head back, and we're going to go through, see if I can navigate this. We're going to go through my regular talking head shot, and we're going to switch to the overhead shot. Let me go ahead and move this and get this all squared away. So obviously it comes in a box. You open it up, and then right in this box, you're left with a case. And that's one thing I have to really pay attention to, is just really describe what I'm working with and not take for granted that everybody's just watching this. So the plastic, the case comes in a protective plastic sheet, which I'm sure you can hear. There's some ASMR for you. But let's go ahead. This is obviously the travel bag, which I'll be honest with you, some of these travel bags that it comes with, I'm gonna switch this over. You could, sometimes I just don't use them, to be honest with you. So let me go ahead and I am recording both of these independently. So at least when I'm going live and I'm doing this and I'm switching different camera angles, I can I've got both of them going at the same time, so I can easily edit this later on. So here we go. So the first thing is you're given an instruction manual. Typically, I'll take that instruction manual and just kind of throw it in the trash. But no, I'll leave it. I'll save it in. You've got your contents. I'm going to go through all of the different contents that this thing comes with. And then you've got a Neewer app. This is the mobile app, and I'm going to show you this a little bit later. But this allows you, this just gives you information and QR codes so you can connect to the mobile app for this. So I'm going to set the product or the package contents aside, and I'm going to go through a lot of them one by one. So we'll start from this one. So obviously they all come with power, right? This one, it comes with, we're going to start off with, this comes with a handle. This is allows you to connect the light, any other accessories. I believe it comes with a battery adapter. I'll get into that later. And then an area where you can plug this into a tripod, or, you know, honestly, this light is meant to be mobile. So you could use that as a handle for the light. So we have a light, let's see, it is and they call it the bracket. So on the package contents, we've got a carrying case, we have the bracket, then we've got the power adapter. Everybody, it always comes with a quick little power adapter. A power cable, if you're going to go ahead and use this with the included battery adapter. I'll walk through that in just a moment. Here is the actual battery adapter. So this battery adapter, I'm not 100% familiar with. I have them in different. I know I've got different batteries, shapes, and sizes, but these take the Sony NPF batteries. Different sizes. You can get the smaller or the larger capacity batteries. You can put 2 batteries in here, and this is super important because you can take this and you can clip on the extra batteries. Use this cable right here, so that way you can. Is this the right one? Yes, it is. So that way, if you have charged batteries, you can use this in the light when you're out and about. It's like I've got a detector of some kind. So it's like I'm building something up, right? Now we're going to go with the actual light itself. Everything's wrapped in plastic to protect it. Let's see, here we go. A little bit of that way you know it's new. One thing they'll point out as well is they'll show this. It's a remove cap before use. It always comes, well, it's got the sticker for the warning, but all of these LED lights, it comes with a little protective cover. That way it just protects the, let me see if I can get it off of here. Come on. I have to figure out what the release is for. There we go. There we go. I had to find out. The release button, by the way, is right up here in the top. Right over here. You would actually click this, and this protective cap is on the micro or mini Bowen adapter that comes standard with it. And then, with that being said, it also comes with 2 additional adapters. This is a full Bowen adapter. So you can get like this my soft box, which I'll show you that in just a moment. And then it looks like, bum, 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 hidden right in here. I'm never going to use this piece. Well, I'll use this for demo purposes. But this is the, it's just the standard reflector that comes with it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of, I'm going to get the case out of the way. I mean, it's a decent case. Everything's all configured. I might have to modify it later on. So if you're traveling with it, that's really handy. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get this mounted and let's get this ready to go. So first off, let's take off this battery adapter. Let's see if I can do it. Boom. All right, click. Battery adapter is gone. Now, what is the best way? Okay, I'm assuming it's this way. So yeah, it's this way because the battery used to be in the front. So I'm going to take the cob light. This is how small it is, by the way. It's pretty nice. You can fit it in the palm of your hand. The other one is the original Godox SL60W that I've had for years. It's probably like twice this size, if not a little bit more than that, and heavier. So the size already is really nice. I'm really curious what the fan noise is going to be. I'll be honest on that one once I turn this up. That's always one of the things that when you use this, let's see, let's go and unbox this or complete this unboxing. I'm like, what's the next step that I have to go through? Okay, there we go. That's easy enough. That's it's got a little 1/4-inch thread that you just screw it right in. It has a little dial handle where you can easily turn it lefty-loosey, righty-tighty to make sure that this is locked in place. And then you've got a ratcheting handle right here. So that way if the handle is, if you're in a tight spot and you have to try and lock this down and you can't get it that way, you can take the handle. I've got to make sure I've got more of an angle. And then you can lift it up, move it, and then it's a nice little ratcheted handle. I'm really impressed with that. That's great. All right, so far, and then so the mini art, the little projector, it's just taking that and it'll enhance the light and move it all straight forward. So this is gonna, yeah, this is not gonna stay on here very long. So in order to get this going, I do need to find I need to find an extra tripod. Hold on a second. I'm trying to think if I have one available here. Huh, I should have thought about that. Okay. Let's go and undo this. And then later on, I mean, you guys are watching me live. I'm looking for the comments. If anybody feels like they want to comment, help yourself. This is a live show. If you have any questions, feel free. And this is part, honestly, of getting used to everything and practicing, is that paying attention to the comments. I have to make sure I introduce myself. Let's go and try that again, by the way. I have to get used to myself. Hi, I'm Matt Berry. Hey, how are you doing? And, you know, again, you can find me at the following channels. While I go ahead and plug this in. You will find me at either Elevated Awesomeness, and that is, go to YouTube. I almost said go to the YouTube. And then just in the search, type in Elevated Awesomeness. And I believe it's youtube.com/Elevated Awesomeness or at Elevated Awesomeness. However, all right. I've got power. Should I test this out? You know what I want to do? Hang tight. Just hang tight a moment, guys. Blah, 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 blah. As I walk outside. Let's see. I need to see if I can find a tripod. Let's see. Do I have any? I normally have them laying around, hanging around. Okay, well, shoot. All right, this is just gonna have to work. I've got a little mini tripod. Excuse the dust. And this is a newer one. All right, so I am just gonna. So this has a standard little light stand. I almost said nightstand. thread. But you can just go ahead and unscrew this, pop it right on, and this will work with any other light stand that you might have. Okay, perfect. This is gonna be bright, guys. Actually, here we go. You know what, I'm gonna shine it back over here. I'm gonna first turn it on. Ooh, that's bright. I don't know. Okay, that was a big increase, right? Hold on a second. I'm gonna make this 6,500. Okay, hold on, guys. We're gonna switch this over. We're gonna go to the overhead. So if you notice. So right here, you've got, it'll go as high as 6,500 Kelvin. We'll drop it back, and the lowest, which would be a super warm color, is about 2,700 Kelvin. And then you can adjust the brightness this way. That is super, super, super nice. Okay, and then you have, let's see, I'd assume, I haven't connected it to anything yet, but if I click this button, what am I gonna get? I don't know, I'm gonna get a GM value. I'm not sure, I've gotta look that up a little bit more. But what I'm trying to find here, gang, there we go, that's what I was looking for. I was trying to find the hue and saturation. Oh my gosh, here we go. All right, now we've got a little color. We've got a little color. Okay, so right now I've set this to, I'm gonna set this to 35. And you can see I'm changing the colors just by this dial right over here. Burp, burp, burp. I'm gonna move this down to 35, and then I'm gonna switch to the app in just a minute. 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. Here we go. And I've got corgis running all over the place. So I have just matched this light right here to the, it's a little intense. Let's drop down the brightness a tad. Okay. But what I just did there is I was able to adjust this light right here to match it with the other aperture lights that I have behind me, the accent lights. So now if you look, you'll notice that it actually matches everything properly. So that is great. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, it works. So let's go ahead and follow back on the plan here. Okay, we're gonna go into my bulleted list here. We're gonna go back to that screen. I can say goodbye to my social area. Hey, so, all right, we've unboxed with purpose. Now we actually have a usable light that is working correctly. So now we are on step number 3, which is the description and features. Okay, all right, here we go. So the description and features. Oh my God, this is the best part of it, right? I have some of this up a little bit, but I'm just gonna say, number one, this light, not only, again, I'd mentioned it before, not only is it a bicolor light where you can change the light, see how bright it is? You can change it from as warm as you want it to as cool as you want it. You can match just about anything. And if you don't want a bicolor light, you can change this to an RGB light. It is so great. You can go through and change the hue. You can change the saturation to whatever you want. It is super smooth, super easy. Not only is it about half the size, more than half the size of the daylight balance key light I already have, but the added bonus is I can take this, and yes, of course I did screw this on wrong. Well, it doesn't really matter, honestly. I could adjust this however I want later on, but I can go through and I can add a battery pack to this, make it mobile, and then just plug this in directly. So that way when I'm in a mobile area, or if I am out in the middle of nowhere, and if I'm doing a photography or video project, I can just do this without having to worry about having power, because it's very mobile, it's super versatile. And one of the best things I love it, as versatile as it is, it allows me to color match any of the existing lights or change the color temperature to match any other existing key lights or fill lights that I have around. So that is a bonus. All right, I'm going to move this back over here. Let's go on to 4. Let's go into insights and benefits. Okay, so some of the things, so number 1, just because right now, it looks really nice. I'm looking at the light. Let me just go back at it. Yeah, it looks really good. It has a pretty good glow on it. Okay, so one of the great things about this is that because I have this Bowen's adapter, it'll do a full Bowen's. I can use this to replace my main key light. So we're gonna do that right now, as a matter of fact. Let's see if I can do this. So I am going to, number 1, see, I already showed you before, right guys? So if you want to remove this projector right here because it's on the mini Bowens, just click that release and then unhook it. That's it, okay? Now we're gonna put this Bowen's adapter. Okay, here we go, I have to watch. What am I saying I have to watch? Obviously, you have to have it out this way. See, is there a way to click it on? No, no. All right, so what you do with this Bowen's adapter is it looks like, yeah, you just have to pull these pins out. Okay. See, this is where the instructions would really come in handy, okay? Not saying that, you know, I'm never going to do instructions, but there's a lot of times I figure I can figure it out, right? I'm sure there are more people on here that can relate to that. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this pin. Let's see, this one this one screws in, and these 4 pins, that one screws in too. This one screws out, this one pops out. Okay. I did see that there is one pin that indents a little bit more. So I'm going to match it up there, and it should pop in just like that and locks in. Okay. Then I'll take the other screw-in ones, and if I'm being perfectly honest with you, which, you know, hey, yeah, I'm honest with you, I'm going to keep that Bowen's adapter on. Because for the most part, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure, well, hey, I got to make sure this is on correctly. There we go. All right, just make sure it lines up properly. All right, so it's good. It'll be just a little dark for a second, guys. Echo, turn off the key light. Bum, 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 bum. All right, I'm gonna take this one off. A little behind the scenes work here, guys. All right, so what I'm left with, now that I don't have that main key light lighting me up, and by the way, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you. I'm really happy with my setup. I really am. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate Licencia. I hope I've got that correctly. Anyway, so yeah, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Let's see if we can drop that down. And all right, so what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna add this. And this softbox here, this is a 22-inch softbox that has a honeycomb on it and a diffuser. And the reason that you'll have a softbox like this, you will notice the light coming out of here is pretty harsh. So what you typically would need to do when you have a harsh light and you're trying to get it on skin or anything else, you want to soften that up. And normally right behind you, behind this honeycomb, I have, let's pull it off. Behind the honeycomb, I've got a diffusion sheet. So that will help soften the light, and this honeycomb will help direct the light a certain way and not allow for bleed out for it to go like on the walls and everything else. So, but now that I've got that Bowen adapter on there, I should, let's see how easy this is. And this also has a quick release on top as well. All right, so let me go ahead and give this a shot. It should, okay, this is the first shot. This is the first try. Let me go ahead and give that okay, it all lines up. There we go, there we go. And then I should just do a satisfying click. Perfect. All right, so what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm going to move it over. Hi everybody, like my face? I'm blocking it. I'm gonna go ahead and take off another light around here. It's gonna get kind of dark, but that's okay. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off one of the lights on my existing light stand, and I'm gonna replace it. Oh my gosh, I really do like it. Guys, I've got dogs barking. There's chaos in the mix. All right, I'm gonna try and do the best I can to line it up with me. Okay, all right. Yeah, you know, that's probably about as best as I could do right now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, let's go ahead and get back. All right. Now, we're going to operate. I'm going to go and switch to, I have a Neewer app. Oh, am I calling it Neewer again? I'm back to that. I have a Neewer app. It's the same Neewer app that's on my phone. It's the same phone app. Let me make sure I'm getting over here so I can actually work with this. Perfect. Okay, here we go. So now what I need to do, let me try and add a new light. Look at that. It found it right away. Perfect, right? Okay, so I'm using the Neewer app. I clicked new, it found it. Perfect. Can't get it much better than that. Because trust me, yesterday or the other day when I was trying to work on the Aperture B7C, it took a while. Okay, great. Now, and one other light as well. So I've got this one. This is another one of the smaller RGB lights. So you'll notice right here with this, I can go to the hue saturation. And for this one, I'm going to change the hue. Hey Hugh, I'm going to change you. I'm going to change this to 35. That's the orange color I have back there. And then so you'll see that matches up. That, for the most part, matches up with all the lights, right? So the great thing is, so if you have other color matching lights that are accurate, this will work as well. So primarily what we need to focus now on is this new color light that I've got over here, right? Whoa, look at that. It just changed to a default setting. And since this is the first time this is a true unboxing, fellas. The light that I'm testing out right now, honestly, let me go ahead and put this up on the screen. The light that I'm testing out right now, normally this one resells for about $199. You'll see I've got a link on there. I have an affiliate link for my Amazon one on there. But with Amazon and a lot of these newer prices, and this is a pretty budget light, if I'm being honest. Right now, the light is about $130 plus or minus a few dollars US. I had a coupon. I was able to get it a little bit cheaper than that. But as far as I remember the original setup for my Godox SL60W and the key light that came with that was probably about $150. They last quite a while, and that's only daylight. So wow, that was pretty good. Oh my God, the firmware update failed. Of course it failed. Oh wait, hold on a second. Let's bring this back. I wasn't touching the app. Here we go. Retry. If at first you don't succeed, and just to give you an indication, here's the key light now without that softbox. And this key light, the original one, this is the Godox SL60W. Yeah, that was really bright. So this is my original key light without the softbox. Echo, turn on the hair light or the key light. Boom. That that is without my softbox, diffuser, or that honeycomb to shape the light. And so not only is it really making it just like, whoa, I'm intense. Echo, turn off the key light. But it's bleeding everywhere else. And the whole goal with having that, okay, the update failed. That's okay. I'm just going to cancel it. All right. That's okay. We'll just go back and do it later. So we're going to connect. My gosh, are you kidding me? Come on, turn it on. How about if I just turn off the app and turn it back on again? I should have just said no. No means no. Okay, I'm going to scan for devices, see if it finds it again. It doesn't. I'm going to turn it off, turn it back on again. Oh, that firmware update messed it up. All right. The light is back on. Let's see if I can access it now. Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to manually set it the way I had it. This is what happens when you do a live show. I see a power light. Oh, there we go. Now I can get into it. Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up. The firmware update just turned it off. So one thing you could do is that, let me go back in it. I don't want to do the firmware. Come on, help me out, please. Okay, I'm going to close this one time. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to set it manually how my other one was, just to show you the difference. We're going to go back into the Neewer app. And I should put this in, I should put this in as one of the steps. No, don't. I mean, I'm going to say right now, just out of the box, it's a really nice light, with the exception of this firmware update that's probably just not going to be successful. I have to bring it closer to the computer, I bet. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, unless for whatever reason it's actually successful on this one. Manually it is. No, you're 100% right. And, you know, here's a dose of reality for everybody. You know, a lot of this other piece where, you know, thankfully, you know, we have a manual piece to be able to adjust them. These apps make it very convenient. Unfortunately, there are times just when the manual doesn't work properly. I think I had a corgi upset the balance of the guitars. Everything's falling apart today. That's okay. You know, it actually looks like there's a little bit more progress on this. I swear, I'm going to get, this is it. I'm like, after the, either it works or it doesn't. We're going to go manual. But again, let's get another comparison. Echo, turn on the key light. So this is the original one. Echo, turn on the key light. Okay. Without, Echo, turn off the key light. Am I overly optimistic on this firmware update, by the way? Come on, come on. I mean, this is elevated awesomeness, by the way. This is elevated awesomeness. So we're just gonna no, it is not gonna work. Okay, so that's fine. if at first you don't succeed, you try again. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to manually set the light for approximately what I had it before. Number one, I'm gonna daylight match it for 5600, and honestly, it's pretty bright. I'm gonna drop it down at like 50%, and I'm gonna take a look from there. I'd tweak it a little bit more, obviously, if I had app control, but all right. Okay, cool. Okay, so that is 50%. It's not exactly pointed towards me. There we go. That should work. But yeah, there we go. And I'm looking at my, I'm looking at my exposure setting on my camera. Everything's fine. I'm not overexposed or anything. So yeah, this is pretty good. So yeah, this is it. This is me using that softbox. So let's say, for whatever reason, I didn't want to have it at 5600 Kelvin, and I did want to change this. Let's say I wanted to just make it a party bulb. So I'm going to go ahead and change this up. We're going to go ahead and make it a little brighter. We're going to go and change this. Let's see. We're going to make this, I don't know. I'm going to random, this is probably going to be as close as green as I can get it. I'm just curious to see what it'll, but you can add those different scenes. So now I can do a little bit more of a key light and just make it a green key light. So let's say, you know, I did want to do that and I want to go ahead and adjust. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you an example of how an app should kind of work. So let me go over and I've got, now the other day I was using Sidus Link to show you guys my accent lights over here. Okay, so you can go through and you can change a lot of those scenes to change the color temp, to do whatever. Okay, so let's say you did have, where's my Amaran stuff? There we go. So if we wanted to change the scene up a little bit, okay, let's see how we, okay, I gotta move that back, sorry guys. There we go. Now everybody can see it a bit more. There we go. So let's say I wanted to change these lights up a little bit. So I'm gonna go through and change this up. I want to click on it. It's hard to see. It really, really, really is. So, so this is where you can change a lot. Oh, here we go. This is a brand new app. So on, like for the red guitar over in the corner, if I wanted to go ahead and, let's say I'm just gonna make some changes. I'm gonna make that one blue. I'm gonna make this one red, that one purple, and let's see, the one that is the center sofa over there is green. I'm gonna make this blue one yellow, and the left orange side is going to be red. So you can change up the colors easily with that. You can make different scenes. So let's say I was going to go ahead and just do, just change up and have different themes or have different themed colors based on a channel, based on whatever product you're working with. So this is how you could do it. You could easily change up these scenes, go away from just a plain old 5600K light. Let me go and switch this back and get it away from green. There we go. That should put it back into white. I still have my color in the background, which totally works, but I kind of like this. If I'm being perfectly honest, I do like this. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back to my scene here. Where am I at? Okay, so yeah, the benefits. It's extremely versatile. This light is very versatile. It's budget friendly. You can get it for about $130. Sometimes if you have it on sale, you can get about $100. So this is a budget friendly light. Look out for deals on Amazon. But if you have it in a studio and you have a regular power supply, no problem. You can obviously control it very easily manually from the back. Use an app to change it as well. Just make sure you update the firmware before you do a live show. And the other benefit to it, you can use the included battery packs. Batteries are not included. And you can take it out mobile. So if you have a mobile video shoot or some mobile photography where you could use some extra accent lighting or just light up your subject a little bit more, this is a super versatile light you could just pack up and take with you and not have much of an issue. So it's really great. So I'm really glad to include it into my live show. Super, super, super happy. And then number 5, we're just gonna move right on to that, right? And that's the closing and the call to action. So what I'm gonna say, guys, it was really fun. I really appreciate you working with me on this because I want to get better in doing these live boxings. And just by doing them and fumbling, failing, I learn every single time how to do them better and how to improve them and increase my workflow. So I really, really appreciate it. And so just to help you out as well, if you are looking to get a light like this, I did include a link in the description below. It's an affiliate link for Amazon. So if you click it, I do benefit from it, but I would appreciate that. And I'm just gonna tell you, this is a super budget-friendly light, RGB, bicolor. If you're looking at replacing the old key light that you had before that's only daylight and you want to add a little bit more to it, or if you don't have any really good lighting and you're lying on the window and you want to step it up, this is a great addition and super budget friendly. So I really appreciate everybody that hung with me on this. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Matt Berry. And you can also find me at any one of my 3 channels. That's Elevated Awesomeness, Matt Berry Tech, and don't forget, Nothing But Corgis also. Everybody have a great rest of your Sunday, and I hope this video helped out. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you found this video. Bye, guys.